Hello and welcome to The Social Connection, your one-stop shop for all the social media updates of the week. I'm Ishani Mathur and with me is Preeti Tiwari.
Yes, we are back with whatever trended and made news on social media this week. But first up, the headline stories. How social media addiction affects our daily lives.
See what's new with this time's YouTube Music Awards Festival. Next up, life is beautiful, but how many of us actually remember to cherish it in this digital generation? Internet started as a blessing in disguise, but slowly sucked our life into it, leading to problems like depression, aggression, and even breaking up of families.
Yes, we even consult psychiatrists in times of extreme need, but who would have thought that virtual dependency could lead us to a rehabilitation center? It might sound strange and ridiculous, but such centers are a fast emerging reality. Our correspondent Mirkha finds out how and why these changes are taking place.
With the emergence of internet, its constant use in the recent years has led to increased dependency on it. As a result, psychological upheaval and technological stress have overshadowed human relationships. A form of addiction, dependence on the internet has led to stunted interpersonal relationships, emotional deprivation, and a failure to appreciate the simple joys of life.
Challenge right now these children are facing is it depends from child to child. If he is a boy, some young, 7-8-year-old or something like this, he's addicted to games. Online games, he want to play the game and if he lose anything, he said, oh, how can I lose? So then he has some kind of a aggression towards everything what he does. If there is a girl, which is a teenage girl, just started with a teenage, so she's very conscious about how she look. Whenever she put some picture on the Facebook or something, social media, so she always compare the kind of a like she's having from the other friend and all. Yeah. So that kind of a things. Yeah, there is not there is a competition, but they have some kind of a complex also. Yeah. So and instead of sharing some kind of a motivational thing or which can inspire other, they are busy in just this kind of thing. So suddenly yes, and are using the same thing for too long. Then they have they do not have the proper sleep and all. They are not concentrating while eating the food. Their focus is on the same thing. So yes, it is deteriorating their health.
It is a defining trait of how integrated our social interactions have become. With Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and other social networks, we have become more absorbed in the virtual world and detached with the real one. The social pressure of fitting in has become so important that everything around it diminishes, becoming almost invisible. But how far is acceptance vital to human survival?
See, nowadays there is no social alignment among people. And other than people, this media has taken place wherever you pick a photo of anything. Even if sometimes people are putting photos of they are going to the washroom, they are putting in the washroom, this is my status. And just because of a pressure and just because of out of habit, many people are liking that status. So once that status has been liked by many people, they are feeling good. Okay, we are in close contact with so many. Out of maybe 200 friends, even if 50 people like them, they feel good about it. And actually that human relationship, human emotions, they are not in, because socially they are not interacting with other human beings. The interaction is only limited to the extent where they have to interact for some purpose only. Otherwise, the interaction is only through social media. Whatever you are, wherever you are, you put your, you are clicking photos, you are clicking selfies, and you are posting, and then you are getting responses, and you are taking those responses as true responses, and you are feeling good about it.
Next up, YouTube is bringing back its annual Music Awards for a second festival. Its new format that is designed to better emphasize the role of fans and creators on the service.
Yes, the company will release new videos on its platform at a channel dedicated to the event as part of the lead up to the show. Take a look.
Oh,
here are the nominees.
Here they are.
For Video of the Year.
YouTube, as a part of its stepped-up push into the music business, will bring back the YouTube Music Awards next March. However, unlike the first go-around last year, the 2015 YouTube Music Awards won't be a live stream event. Instead, it will go online.
Open the envelope.
Okay, where's the envelope? Is there an envelope? Oh, here. There's
These
no
are all my
envelope.
friends.
I think we pushed it.
The YouTube-owned Blockbuster video sharing site in November 2013 debuted the YouTube Music Awards with a live stream show from New York.
Like diamonds in the sky. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move.
The YouTube inaugural awards have had more than 54 million views but received a mixed reception among social media users. The company said that instead of a physical world show, which in 2013 was hosted by director Spike Jonze, it would transform the site for one day in March 2015 to present the awards.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's like I'm half lion on one side, half blood splatter on the other. So.
In the official blog, the company said, for one special day, music will be the headline act on YouTube. We'll take this moment to celebrate the biggest and emerging artists through new and unique music video collaborations with top directors and creators, it said. The decision to hold a second round of the YouTube Music Awards comes as a company promotes a new subscription service. The company recently introduced YouTube Music Key, which will allow users to listen to music without advertisements and without an internet connection. YouTube promised to debut a number of videos by prominent artists in the coming months ahead of the awards. Unlike many prizes, the YouTube Music Awards have been international in scope. At the inaugural edition, the South Korean pop group Girls' Generation, which has a wide following in Asia, beat out Western superstars to win Video of the Year.
Now we are heading for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for the top trends and more from the social media world.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the top trends on Facebook and Twitter.
Self-acclaimed godman Rampal was headed for deeper trouble with Punjab and Haryana High Court cancelling his bail in a murder case and sending him to jail as police slapped charges. Following this, #Rampal, #Godman trended on Twitter. US President Barack Obama bypassed Congress to announce series of administrative measures to provide legal status to more than 5 million illegal immigrants in the country, including those from India. This made Barack Obama one of the top FB trends. World Toilet Day was observed this week worldwide, and Twitterati was not far behind in supporting and celebrating this day, and this made #World Toilet Day one of the top trends on Twitter. Delhi High Court refused to stay an anointing ceremony of Shahi Imam's son as deputy and successor of Jama Masjid. Court said Shahi Imam's decision to anoint his son as his deputy and successor has no legal sanctity. Following this, Shahi Imam made it to the top Facebook trends. CBI Director Ranjit Sinha was removed by the Supreme Court from the 2G scam cases, saying that the allegations against him of protecting some accused appeared to be prima facie credible. This made CBI chief as one of the top Twitter trends. Virat Kohli brought up his 21st ODI century in style as he took India home after Sri Lanka put up a formidable total on board. Virat Kohli climbed the trends chart on Facebook as India whitewashed Sri Lanka 5-0. We all know that employers scan applicants' social media profiles before hiring them. But did you know that colleges do that as well?
Exactly, an annual survey has revealed that colleges review students' social media profiles before taking them in. But the teenagers are doing a better job at keeping their pages sanitized. Take a look. As high school students flock to social networking sites, campus police are scanning their Facebook and Twitter pages for tips to help break up fights, monitor gangs and thwart crime in what amounts to a new cyber beat. In its annual survey, a private preparation test firm found that 35% of college administration went to an applicant's social media pages to find out more about them. However, the firm said that students are doing a better job in keeping their pages sanitized. Only 16% of admissions officers reported finding offensive things, down from 30% last year and 35% 2 years ago. Today, teens and adults are both much savvier on privacy and they need to be circumspect online. In recent years, school administration have blamed some campus fights on internet taunts and urged parents to keep watch on their children's computer activity. Though sometimes students who want to go unobserved change privacy settings so that their profiles are displayed only to a list of approved people. But the default settings leave those profiles open to many internet users. There's no doubt social media has become increasingly a part of the admission process, but students should recognize that it still plays only a peripheral role.
Social media has become an important part of our lives. Previously, it was just the employees who used to scan the social media forums for getting a hang onto the prospective employee. But nowadays, colleges as well are not shying away from doing the same. Social media has become so ingrained in our lives that we tend to rely on information that we agree with and reject the ones we don't.
Exactly, yes. According to a report, social media helps in forming our opinion with that information we depend on. Let's check more on that.
Social media like Twitter and Facebook can create an echo chamber in which people are exposed only to opinions in line with their own, according to a study which analyzed Twitter usage during the 2012 election. Both conservatives and liberals were disproportionately exposed to like-minded information, and like-minded tweets reached them much more quickly than those from people who disagreed with them. This effect matters because people increasingly rely on social media as a main source of news, and services like Twitter and Facebook are more aggressively filtering and shaping what people see based on their interests. Two users of Twitter might be exposed to very different content based on which account they choose to follow, while two people reading the local newspaper might read different stories, but at the same day it's the same content they are exposed to, said Brian Knight, an economist at Brown University who co-authored the paper with Josh Habelstram, an economist at the University of Toronto. Social scientists discovered that even though the internet has vastly expanded the range of publications people read, most still tend to read a variety of centrist viewpoints. But getting news on social networks like Twitter versus publications' own websites can be different. People see information only from people they choose to follow, the content is user-generated, and information travels quickly. As we move from a world in which traditional media outlets control the content, we receive to a world in which most of the content is coming from our friends. It's really important to understand who your friends are, said Pablo Berbera, a doctoral candidate in politics at New York University studying social media usage and political polarization. The study, published as a working paper by the National Bureau of Economic Research, tracked 2.2 million politically involved Twitter. The economist analyzed their 90 million links to other people on Twitter and 500,000 tweets about candidates. But social media can also have the opposite effect. A recent report found that people are less likely to express divergent views online or in the real world if they use social media because they learn more about the ways in which their friends and relatives disagree with them and want to avoid conflict.
Well, it's time for a short breather. We'll be back with our special segments.
Welcome back. Let's move on to our special segment, Let's Get Social.
Social media giant Facebook is launching a new mobile app for its popular group feature that lets users create and interact with communities on the site.
Yes, whether they are based on hobbies, geography or culture, Facebook has come up with a new idea to make sure that people stay connected no matter what. Take a look.
In its constant effort to provide its users with the best and most innovative mobile solutions, social media biggie Facebook has announced a standalone Groups app. According to the company, more than 700 million of Facebook's 1.35 billion members use Groups. In a blog post related to the Facebook Groups app launch, the network's officials stated that people use Facebook groups every day to stay in touch with family, collaborate on projects, plan trips, and offer support to friends. We built this app with the people who use group the most in mind. It lets people manage their existing groups or discover new ones, either based on recommendations or by searching for different topics. Users can also create a shortcut on their phone screen for their favorite group if they want to access it quickly. One reason for introducing a standalone Groups app is that it helps people share faster and more easily with all the groups in their life. Though, unlike with Facebook's Messenger, the companies say it won't require people to use the standalone app if they want to use Facebook groups. They will still be able to access groups through the Facebook app or on the website. One thing to keep in mind is that the new Facebook Groups app is not equivalent to the disappearance of the main app. You will still be able to access the main app, but the Groups one makes things faster and easier.
Well, we are now moving on towards the end of our show, and it's time for all the feedback that you left on our Twitter handle, Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Well, this is the end of our show. Thank you so much for all the feedback that you send in week after week. Continue writing to us via email or on our Twitter handle DD News Live, on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel.
Yes, but before we log off, here's an interesting search of the net. Thank you and goodbye.
Women's Day पे dinner और greeting card. Valentine's Day पे गुब्बारे वाला heart. Teachers Day पे sentimental SMS. और Men's Day पे
men भी खुदा के बच्चे हैं, क्या इतने लोफर लुच्चे हैं.
Men's Day पे ही क्यों सन्नाटा everywhere.
So not fair. छिपकली को देख के होती सबकी हवा टाइट, but we have to be macho and show it out of sight.
Woman बच्चे पैदा करती माना this is right,
but man changing बच्चे का डायपर middle of the night. ना मांगे हम कोई डिग्री, ना मांगे हम कोई ट्रॉफी, but थोड़ी सी हमदर्दी जालिम दुनिया can't choose पे.
So not fair, so not fair, so not fair, so not fair. Show men some love, so not fair.
गर्लफ्रेंड बोले पहली पप्पी की तारीख बताओ, याद ना हो तो बोले अब से पप्पी भूल ही जाओ. पीड़ा है दिल में काफी, है कितनी ना इंसाफी, इससे बेटर था पैदा होते बन के टेडी बेयर.
So not fair, so not fair, so not fair, so not fair. Show men some love, so not fair.
शरीफ घिस के बड़ा टीवी लगवाए, उसका रिमोट कभी हाथ ही न आए. कोई तो चक्कर चला दे, हमको भी फुटेज दिला दे.
वो नीली छतरी वाले RUE